Hi again, everyone. Cliff Bumel here. Just something interesting. This isn't so much having to do with grizzly, but many of you are dealing with deer pressure much more than you ever had before. And so here is one way to solve the problem. So I see a lot of fencing around entire orchards, but what we have here is a rootstock planted, and you see the grow tube. In this case, these trees were grafted rather than budded because the grower decided at the last minute to go with wolf skill. Sort of see the graft in there, but anyways, it was, well, the rootstock's going to need to be suckered to train up the scion, and so this is a type of deer shield that we do. We're a distributor there at Agri-Miura. We're a distributor for it at Agri-Miura, and it comes in long rolls, so you can cut it to length. And if you put the entire length of it was a deer protector lashed to the sucker rod there, how do you sucker the rootstock to push the scion? So we came up with, here's the grow tube, and then he cut 3 or 4 foot lengths from the 300-meter rolls that this stuff comes in. Comes in flat, and you kind of open it up like a milk carton, and you take a utility knife and cut it. So you can see it's open here below the deer protector, so you can get in there and do suckering cuts. You can see they made a cut there, so, and all this will come off this winter, so you can start training that tree. So you got a nice successful tree there, and one there up above the deer. So pretty simple. It's easier to show than to tell sometimes when people want to understand what this grower was trying to do in this new orchard here. Worked great. So yeah, and these couple notes, some real details here is, so tend to put 2 to 3 zip ties to the sucker rod, or if you were using wooden stakes. But when the bud or graft starts growing and there's real tender shoots in there, a good wind really moves this deer protector around. Right now, it obviously doesn't matter, but boy, it can sure shear those off. So what we came up with is to get the rootstock and the scion in the middle, more or less, of this deer protector, which has about 7 inches open, brought over the rootstock below the graft here to a certain distance from the sucker rod. And then from that tape, we put another zip tie to the deer protector, and what that did is it effectively locked it in, so in the wind it wouldn't move much, especially down here where you were worried about the little shoot coming off the graft stick, or if it was a patch bud from the fall, same concern. And obviously the deer, taking that new shoot off at 3 inches is the big problem. So yeah, some stuff that we kind of worked out with the grower as time went. So anyways, that is plastic mesh deer protector on top of grow tube. If it's a bare root tree, you just put the whole length of the thing. But most of you know, if you're grafting or budding, that first year you have to do a lot of sucker management on the rootstock, and this allowed an opening to do that quite nicely. Actually, the workers, everybody said this was great. And if you look around, yeah, the deer have eaten. The deer actually did a lot of the suckering work, to be quite honest with you, so that worked out well. So, and these grafts that were actually not done till June 1st actually did quite well too. So anyways, hope that was informative.